The time has come. LEGO has a brand new ideas collab, Dungeons and Dragons. Daniel Leo is actually here in person. How excited are you, Daniel Leo, on a scale of 1 to 10?
I would say I'm a 9.
I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but I'm not. So why are you excited about this?
The thing is with this set is that it's basically Fantasy Castle, but back and dope and IP tie-ins, crazy figs, crazy creatures. And so you get everything that you would want out of a cool fantasy theme in one big, crazy, colorful, cool set. I think it's fantastic. I cannot wait until they bring the price down so I can get it.
Number 1, are you a D&D fan? Number 2, would you buy this set? And number 3, do you think it's overpriced? Let's just deep dive into this. So looking at the front picture, just front on, let's look at the statistics. 3,745 pieces. This is an 18 plus set, and it will retail for $360 US. Is that a fair price to piece?
Maybe, like if we're looking strictly at the numbers, a lot of small pieces. I think most of what you're paying for goes into the figs, into the graphic design, into the IP tie and new molds.
Yeah.
I don't think it's worth that price. Listen, I just built a medieval town square this morning. Thank you to my brother Methuselah for for my birthday. That is an amazing build. It is $230 for 3,300 pieces.
Yeah.
Which is only 400 pieces less than this for $130 less.
What is it? Is it just for the label Dungeons and Dragons? Is it just for the collab, you think?
It's gotta be. Yeah, it's gotta be.
But I don't want to go down the medieval town square route, because if we start comparing those two, it's very different, because the medieval town square,
Yes.
it's fully completed in 360. Whereas when you look at the back of Dungeons and Dragons, it's you could call it a facade, right? It's not complete on the back, but it is easily accessible to see the little Easter eggs and little dungeons.
This is way better that it's open and stuff like this. It's supposed to be basically a board game. It comes with a downloadable adventure that you can play. And if you're moving your characters around, you don't want to be trying to figure, okay, how am I going to get into this and battle the monsters, find the treasure? You can literally access those much more easily this way.
As a fantasy fan, do you legitimately think this set would fit with your other sets, like the Lion Knight's Castle, like the Medieval Town Square, with it being a facade build?
I typically just display either on top of a bookshelf or inside a bookshelf or on top of a dresser. Am I ever going to see the back of these things? Not usually.
Anyways, tell us a little bit about the Easter eggs. Let's tell what creatures are included in this set.
We're getting a lot of crazy ones, a lot of which appeared in the movie last year, so D&D normie talking, but Beholder, Owlbear, the dragon itself, Displacer Beast, even the living tree character has a face and everything. It's really, really cool. So tons of different things like that you can associate with the game. Even the little mushroom people.
Well, that's one thing that this set has over the Lion Knight's Castle, Medieval Town Square. Fantasy creatures. More fantastical and creative creatures that, could actually fit with your other fantasy sets. So that is cool. I think the minifigures are a step up from the traditional medieval figures that we get. A little more vibrant, a little more zany.
I agree. And the fact that you could actually swap out all of the figures parts if you want. You can switch the heads with the other ones. You can build your own characters. That is fantastic. It's very crazy, though, how LEGO pulled out all the stops. I've never seen so much of our marketing push for any new IP ever. Not even Animal Crossing had quite as much ad after, then a couple weeks later, new ad. They've built up the hype for this so much, it's almost impossible to live up to those expectations. I think this does a great job of bringing new life to the original idea set, which, in my opinion, was a little more drab, and you might very well disagree, and that's fine. I think this is way more fun, way more colorful, way more eye-catching.
But let's talk about the dragons, right? It's Dungeons and Dragons. We've seen a little bit of dungeons in the back rooms here.
We have seen 500,000 dragons in LEGO at this point. We have built so many of our own, whether it's Ninjago, mostly Ninjago. This one is pretty much on par with all the ones that we've seen in Ninjago. It's a slightly less fantastical. It doesn't have electric bolts coming out of its wings, but it looks really nice. Could they have sold it separately and shaved off, $100 from this set? Probably. It adds a nice presence to this and a threat that you really want to defeat.
I feel like this Dungeons and Dragons will work better as a theme rather than once. They really tried to pack everything into one set, and they did actually pretty good. They did it pretty well, but you could have got more into the dungeons, get more into the dragons separately. So this is a thing that could be, like a lot of ideas sometimes happen to be, expanded into a whole theme, like Sonic, Minecraft. And granted, we may be seeing a collectible minifigure series for Dungeons and Dragons, which would be awesome. Expound on it. Give us these zany things. Beside the point, this dragon itself, okay, Daniel Leo said it's fire and it's amazing, okay. I'm sorry, it's just not really doing anything for me. And I can see the nice detail, like on the gradient scaling in the middle and the cool backspine, but I'm like, where is its eyes?
They're there. They're buried. But here's the thing. If you're a D&D fan, you're all about the IP tie-ins with the IPs you care about. Sonic, Star Wars, whatever. And if they have a good tie-in, it's like, wow, I love this. So cool. Let's say you're a D&D fan and you like loved playing it. Do you think this will do a little more for you?
Yeah, so I sent this to a D&D fan that I know as soon as it was released. I was like, oh, what do you think? Like, oh, it's cool. Oh, it has the beholder. Oh, it has the gelatinous cube. They liked the creatures a lot. They didn't really mention anything about the dragon. So, correct me if I'm wrong. Like, is this a specific dragon from the game, or is...
I think it mostly just represents the mascot that's like on the original manuals.
Oh, cool. No, that's cool. So, if you're a D&D fan, please tell us if you'd like this, because that's whose opinion really matters here. But I think it's a great set because someone who doesn't even play D&D and just likes LEGO loves this and can work with a lot of your stuff. So, good job, W.
This could be a Dragon Quest set. This could be a modified Legend of Zelda set. It could be just a generic Fantasy Castle set. Lord of the Rings, potentially. You could tie this into Lord of the Rings. There's so many avenues that you could tie this into. Not even necessarily D&D. And I think it's awesome. Let's get into the big worst aspect of this. So many people online have already talked about how this is the most abysmal thing about the set. $360.
$360. The Daily Bugle I got for $300 before the price bump. So what is it now? $350. So equivalent to this. Daily Bugle, you're getting 40 million thousand minifigures, and you're getting the most. So I'm like, I don't see where all that value went into this set. If you're going by 10 cents price to piece, then it does make sense. But other than that, at first glance, it looks like a $200, $250 set.
I would say 300 would be understandable. That's the Museum of Natural History in the modular, which is really quite a large, chunky build. I can't deny, I'm still excited for this. Let's hope it goes for 50% off day one, and we can all get the Mimic Chest GWP easy. And if you made it this far in the video, comment Methuselah rocks.
If you made it this far in the video, comment hashtag Daniel Lewa in the gelatinous cube. Let me control Daniel Lewa. Without further ado, well, we'll see you next time.